Hi, and welcome to Faith and Flour. I'm Robin. I hope your new year is off to a great start. In today's video, I'm excited to show you some kitchen organizing, or should I say reorganizing, I have been working on, along with a recipe that was a really huge hit for our family. First, I want to talk a little bit about planning because I find that it is the key to staying on top of all the moving parts that are involved with being a homemaker. I am doing my best to set myself up for a productive start to 2024 by planning my week ahead. I am a paper planner girl because I'm very visual, and having that hard copy sitting on my desk is the best way I found to keep on top of our schedule, my to-do list, and even meal planning. I'm a longtime fan of Erin Condren, so it has been fun setting up my new life planner. This year I got their Daily Life Planner Duo in the smaller A5 format. It comes in 2 volumes that each contain 6 months. I'm hoping to do a better job of time blocking my schedule this year, so I like the hourly section each day, and having that daily to-do list is essential for me. I will put a link to my planner below, and you can also check out all of the other choices of formats and styles that they have at Erin Condren. It's not too late to get a planner if you haven't already done so, and they have some good sales going on right now. Let me know your favorite way to plan. Are you a paper planner like me, or do you use your phone? I'd also love to hear what your goals are for 2024, so leave a comment below. Speaking of goals, one of mine has been to organize our spice cabinet. I've mentioned to you before that this is a pain point in our kitchen for me, and while I was on Christmas break, I gave a lot of thought to how I could make this area work better. In our previous home, we had a large drawer that contained all of our spices really well, but in our new home, I thought I could make this smaller drawer work, but I'm a spice lover and this just wasn't enough space. I thought long and hard about it and decided that the best solution is to relocate all of the spices into the cabinet above. I want a better, more functional system where everything's in the same place, and I also want it to be aesthetically pleasing. I found these 6-ounce glass spice jars with bamboo lids that come with beautiful labels on Amazon, and I think they're going to work great. There are labels for every spice I have, and they are waterproof. Plus, the lids are airtight to keep all of my spices fresh, and the larger size will be easier to fill and means I'll have less backstock to manage because they each hold more than the 4 ounces I was previously using. I also got a couple of risers, also made of bamboo, that are expandable to fit the cabinet perfectly, and I think it will coordinate really well with the bamboo lids. Before filling the new jars with all of my spices, I loaded them up into my dishwasher, and then I washed the bamboo lids by hand. While the dishwasher was running, I wanted to try out a couple of other ideas I've been contemplating for this area of our kitchen. In the drawers below where I've been keeping our spices, I have all of our glass food storage containers. This has been working great, but I want to free up this space, and I'll show you why a little bit later. And I think I can move everything to another larger drawer where I can consolidate everything. This is where I decided to move all of our glass food storage items. I don't think I'm maximizing this space, and I think I can easily relocate what's in here to a couple other areas that would make more sense. was so happy to see that my idea worked, and now I can play around with the 3 empty drawers next to the oven to make them work better for how I use our kitchen. For now, I moved the large roasting pan to our storage closet. I don't use it daily, so I don't think it's going to be that much trouble to get it from there when I need it. So we'll see how that works. And there is plenty of room in this smaller drawer for everything else. Now that that part of the puzzle is solved, I can start emptying the spice drawer and the cabinets above. Spices can be really messy, so I took the opportunity to give all the drawers and cabinets a quick cleaning once they were emptied. These upper shelves have been the most difficult to manage. Everything is harder to see, especially in the back, and I found that I needed to get out the stepladder anytime I really wanted to search for something. So I'm hoping that my new solution will fix that. So this is everything that was in the drawer and the cabinets above. It's a lot, and it probably looks like I'm hoarding spices. And I will admit that there are a few duplicates, probably because it's been hard to know what I have. So I have bought spices that I already have a couple of times, but mostly I just love cooking, and I find that I really need a large variety of spices. Before I go any further, I want to double check that everything will fit the way that I've planned. And I decided to use the top drawer for our pot holders, trivets, cutting gloves, and kitchen timer. I think I'm really going to like that. Next, I filled all of the jars with our spices and gave them each a label. still managed to make a bit of a mess, but I did really find these wide jars to be easy to fill. I didn't even need a funnel. Originally, I thought that I could get away with 24 jars, but as I was filling them, I realized that I really needed one more set of 12 to get the job done right. When I put in another order at Amazon, I was delighted that they would arrive the next day. So I just stopped everything for the night. I needed to get some dinner ready and to wash all of the empty jars so that I could put them to use elsewhere. You might remember this cookbook from some of my previous videos. I am still trying new recipes and almost all of them have been amazing. If you are looking for some new recipes for your Instant Pot, I highly recommend it. I will link it below or you can find it in my Amazon store. I also found this recipe online, so I will link that below too. I plan to use my Instant Pot tonight because I know that my project wouldn't leave me much time or desire to fix something too involved. Soup is absolutely perfect for the cold weather that we've been having here in Central Texas, and this recipe looked like something that my guys would really like, and they absolutely did. In fact, Patrick said this is a keeper and asked if I had planned to share it with you because he thinks you are really going to love it too. Like I said, I will put the original recipe down below so you can get all of the details. Of course, I made a couple of changes to that recipe when I made it. I left out the olive oil and the butter because I thought there would be plenty of fat from the sausage, and it did turn out fine. I used an onion instead of shallots, and I only used 1 pound of sausage instead of 2. And I used plain pork sausage instead of Italian. So I think that all of those substitutions worked out really well. And I think that it's important to realize that you can make those sorts of changes when you're cooking. It makes everything a lot more fun. And if you don't have something, you can always substitute something comparable and still wind up with something really good. After sauteing the onions and browning the sausage on the saute mode, I added garlic and then some sherry to deglaze the pan. After that, I added the broth, and I used beef broth along with potatoes and topped everything with the spinach. I packed in quite a lot of spinach because I know it will cook down significantly, and then I put the lid on without stirring. I set the Instant Pot to pressure cook for 10 minutes and then did a quick release of pressure when the time was up. I like using my Instant Pot on the stovetop so that I can use the fan to vent out all of the steam and to minimize the cooking smells. The last step is to stir in some Boursin cheese, which I found to be an ingredient often used in this cookbook, and for good reason. It tastes delicious. And a cup of heavy cream. recipe made enough for us to enjoy for several meals, and it just got better and better as all of the flavors developed. I hope you'll give it a try, and if you do, let me know. The next morning, the new jars arrived, so I quickly washed them and then I got back to work. I decided to lower the shelves a bit, all part of my plan to eliminate the need for the stepladder, and I started arranging all of the spice jars alphabetically. Also consolidated all of the back stock of spices because I do like to buy some of them in bulk, and then I refilled our salt and pepper shakers. These Lazy Susans were great in our previous kitchen, but I won't need them for what I have planned. But I'll clean them up and definitely find a place for them somewhere else. They did help corral the mess created by the salt and pepper shakers, so I'm going to use a plastic container from IKEA to store them in the drawer, along with the spice blends that we like to use regularly with shakers. Things like Old Bay, Aromat, and some seasoned salts. I'm also going to use this drawer for some miscellaneous items and the back stock or bulk containers of spices. This way I can easily see what we have and I can reach everything while I'm cooking. Everything else will go into these 2 baskets from Target. Because I lowered the shelf a bit, I will be able to reach the baskets easily and pull them down to access all of the contents. Nothing will get lost in the back, and I won't need the stepladder anymore, at least not for this cabinet. Thank you so much for coming along with me today. If you enjoyed it too, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. We would love to have you join us. And be sure to activate the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever I have a new video. I would love to hear all about your goals and plans for the new year, so leave a comment below and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a wonderful week.